Hi guys, I'm Francis. I'm filling in for Ava tonight. So this is a 45-minute chill and stretch class. If you know about yoga, this would be called a restorative class. So just find a nice comfortable spot on your mat. If you happen to own a bolster, you can grab that now. I don't, so I have a bobby pillow that I'm going to be using in place of one. If you have anything, you have pillows. So grab some pillows if you like. We're going to start our class with a supported child pose. Knees wide, toes touching, hips down by your heels, and just slowly fold forward. You can have your cheek on the mat, other cheek. If you have a cheek, I'll let you know when to switch. Or you can have your head down. If you want your hands on the pillow, by all means. If you want to make it a little more active, you can always get rid of the pillow completely. And this is a home practice, so just meet yourself where you're at. For me, I'm on a mat full of dog hair. And just take some nice, easy breaths here. Maybe if you'd like, whether you're on the bolster or your head mat, maybe you nod your head left or right, massaging that third eye center. And as you hold your spot, see if you can feel your hips slowly melting toward your heels. Not putting any work in here, letting gravity do everything. That's going to be the theme of the class. Letting gravity do everything and letting yourself take it easy. Now, whether you're on the pillow or not, if you switched cheeks, switch to the other cheek now. To change it up, instead of reaching your arms forward, bring your hands down by your side, either on the outsides of your legs or between your legs, reaching for your feet, allowing your fingers to take a break from the day. And just taking nice, easy breaths here. About 2 more breaths here. And slowly begin to bring yourself up into a tabletop position. Knees stacked underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. From here, we're going to take a few cat-cow poses. So as you inhale, drop the belly, look up to where the wall meets the ceiling. As you exhale, press into the mat, doming your shoulders, arching your back. Inhale, belly drops, looking up, cow pose. Inhale, pushing into the mat, doming those shoulders, finding your cat pose. Going as fast or as slow as you feel would feel good in your body, as long as you're still matching up with your breath. Go as fast or as slow as you need and go for as long as you need. From here, find a neutral tabletop. Extend your right foot back. Toes are still on your mat or on the floor or carpet, wherever you're practicing. And just shift yourself back and forth a little here. Listening into your ankle joints, your toes, as well as your wrists. Once you feel nice and loose in those joints, slowly lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand and slide your left foot back. You can stay right here, finding your dragon pose, or maybe you go down to your forearms, maybe you go down to your chest, maybe you go down to your pillow. We are going to... Now, you shouldn't ever feel numbness or pinching. If you do, take a step back out of the pose and find your pose. Holding these poses a little longer takes the work out of the muscle and puts the work more into the soft tissues of the body, the fascia, the ligaments, the joints, the tendons, allowing them to have some stressors and essentially exercising them just like you exercise your muscles, allowing them to create micro tears and heal a little stronger. Now, if you'd like to add a little hip stretch into this, well, more of a hip stretch, slowly roll the blade side of your right foot and place your right hand on your inner right thigh, not the knee. This is a lot of pressure on the knee, so make sure you're not doing that. Slowly begin to reach back if you want to add a quad stretch into this pose. Bend the left knee, finding your left foot or left ankle, grabbing it with your right hand from the outside. Slowly release that down to the mat. No thump. And from here, you're going to slowly heel toe your right foot toward the left side of your mat, bringing your right knee down toward your right wrist. We're finding our swan pose now, pigeon in most yin yoga classes. First, walk your hands back to your hips, finding a nice level hip. And as you exhale, slowly walk your hands forward, bringing yourself to the floor or to your pillow. and slowly find your pose. As you are holding it a longer time than normal, I know in most yoga classes, a lot of people like to have the shin parallel with the front of the mat. If that's accessible to you, you go for that. But as you are holding it for a longer time, you can have your right foot right by your pelvis and just allow the pose to do its work for you. We're about halfway through where we're holding this pose. Slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your hip. Bring yourself back upright. If you use the pillow or bolster, move that out of your way for a minute. Slowly shift your right hip and just slide your left leg forward. The sole of your right foot is going to be on the inside of your left thigh. So you're going to face your upper body towards your left foot. Now, if you have tight hamstrings, by all means, bend your knees as much as you need to. No pain, like I said. Inhale, find a little length, and exhale, fold forward over your leg. If you want to make it a little more active, you can keep the bent knee here, but to work into your hamstring a little more, try to anteriorly tilt your pelvis, like you're pushing out your booty and leading with your chest, so that you can get a lot of more movement out of your low back rather than your upper back. If you want it to be a little more relaxing, then just melt over your front foot. Once more, just closing your eyes, holding this for a few minutes. Some people like to practice in complete silence. I personally like music in the background. One more minute left in this pose. Slowly begin to bring yourself back upright. From here, you're going to lean onto your left hip, bring your right knee up, and bring your right foot around. So there's two ways you can do this half hero pose. You can be sitting on your right heel, or you can have your right heel right next to your right hip. From here, slowly begin to walk your hands back. If your knee or your ankle is really tight, maybe this is as far as you go. If this is as far as you go, just stay here, let your head fall back. If you feel like you're a little more open, you can maybe walk your way back into your forearms, or maybe you can walk your way all the way down to the mat. If you're all the way down, you can have your hands above your head, grabbing opposite elbows. If you feel like you're at a middle ground, you can always use that pillow here. Maybe you sit on it, or maybe you place it right along your low back. And holding this pose for a few minutes once more. Slowly begin to walk your hands back by your side, working your way out. If you're from your hands, slowly, if you're on your back, slowly come to your forearms first, working your way to your hands, coming all the way up, leaning onto that left hip now. Slowly take that out in front of you and sit, easy seated position, crisscross applesauce. This is where we're going to be. If you'd like a deeper stretch here, place the left shin down first and place the right shin right on top of it so that your ankles, your feet are right on top of your knees, not quite lotus where your feet are into your hips. So you can either take half lotus, double pigeon, or easy seated position. Inhale, find a little length in your spine. And exhale, just allow yourself to fold forward. As time goes on, maybe feel yourself loosening up just a little. Slowly begin to bring yourself back upright. From here, sitting an easy seat or double pigeon, hands onto your knees, pressing your seat bones down, a nice tall spine, reaching the crown of your head up. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Deep breath in, exhale it out. From here, taking your right hand over and across your head. Right hand's going to grab your left ear. Slowly allow your head to lean to the right, taking care to let your head lean, not bring your right shoulder up. Let your ear fall toward your shoulder, allowing us to have a nice shoulder neck opening stretch here. Slowly bring that hand back down to your right knee. Inhale, left hand up and over, allowing your head to fall toward the left shoulder, grabbing your right ear with your left hand. Slowly bringing that left hand back to your left knee. Inhale, crown of the head up. We're going to take some seated cat-cows here. So as you inhale, puff your chest forward. As you exhale, pull your chest back. Inhale, chest forward, head falls back. Exhale. From here, extend your hands forward and slowly roll over your knees, coming back into a tabletop position. So everything we just did on the right side, we also have to do on the left. So extending that left foot back, toes on the mat, Shift yourself back and forward, finding that little stretch in the ankle, the toes, and the wrist. Once you feel nice and loose in those joints, lifting your left leg up, stepping it to the outside of your left hand, sliding that right knee back as far as you can, and finding your dragon pose on the left side. So this is the first pose where you're doing the counter side. See if one side's tighter than the other. Maybe on your right side, you can go down to your chest. On the left side, you can barely hold the pose. So on this side, if you added the added stretch on the other side, do so on this one. Rolling to the blade side of your left foot, pressing into the inner left thigh, not the left knee. And now if you added the quad stretch on the right side, you can do so again on this side too, bending that right leg, going for that left foot, right foot with your left hand. Slowly releasing that right foot down, softly, left hand back down. Begin to slide that left foot toward the right side of your mat, left knee toward the left wrist, finding our swan pose on the left side. Walking those hands back to the hips to first find a nice tall spine, nice long spine. Slowly walking your hands forward, bringing that length with you as you go down. Just like a second ago with our dragon pose, pay attention to your hips. Is the sleeping swan tighter or looser on the left side than it was on the right? Slowly begin to bring yourself back upright, shifting your pillow out of the way. Hands walk back to your hips, bringing yourself upright and leaning into your left hip to swing your right foot out and around, finding your figure four or Janusirasana shape in your legs. Once more, you can bend that right knee if your hamstring's tight. Inhale, find a little length. And exhale, fold forward over your right foot using the same variation you did on the left side. The variations once more were the restorative variation where you allow your body to just melt over your extended leg. Or if you wanted a more active stretch, reaching forward, trying to lead with your chest, anterior pelvic tilt, feeling that stretch more in the hamstring. Slowly bringing yourself upright, leaning onto that right hip, bringing that left leg out and around so that the top of your left foot is either next to your hip or you're sitting on top of it. Slowly begin to work your way back into your half reclined hero's pose, preferably to the same level you did on the right side. So first your forearms and then all the way to your back. Holding this pose for 2 minutes. Thirty more seconds. Slowly begin to come back upright. First to your forearms, then to your hands. Shifting to your right hip once more. Bringing your left foot forward and around. We're going to take easy seated position again. Last time, the right foot was ideally in front. If it wasn't, just switch legs this time. So this time, I'm going to have my left foot in front. Inhale, find a little length. And exhale, fold forward. One more minute left in this pose. Slowly begin to work your way back upright. Slowly allowing yourself to come all the way onto your back. You're going to bend both knees, placing the soles of your feet on the floor, and have your feet be wider than hip distance. Allow your knees to knock in. We're setting the low back just a little bit here. And then slowly allow both knees to fall toward the right, keeping the feet right where they are. Now, your hands can be wherever you want, down by your side, one on your chest, one on your stomach, out to a T. Maybe they reach out overhead to add a shoulder stretch. The important part of this pose is that your left shoulder stays down. Now, if you want to add in a little more tension onto your stretch, to your spinal twist, you can take the right foot and place it right onto that left knee. So it's a little more weighted, bringing you down to a deeper, intense stretch. If you'd like to add a neck stretch, you can lift over the left shoulder. We have 2 minutes in this pose. One more minute here. Slowly, you place your right foot on top of the left knee. Slowly remove that here, replacing the sole of the right foot on the floor or mat. Slowly bring both knees up to center and slowly allow both knees to fall toward the left. Once more, if you looked over your left shoulder on the other side, look over the right shoulder this time. Just like before, you can do whatever you'd like with your hands. Down by your side, out to a T, one on your stomach, one on your heart, or overhead. And just like the other side, you could place that left foot on either the right knee or right thigh, adding in a little more weight into that stretch. Holding this for 2 minutes. few more breaths here. Slowly remove your left foot from your right leg. Bring both knees up to center. From here, hug both knees into the chest. Curl yourself up into a tiniest ball as you can. And slowly extend your legs out. Maybe hip distance, maybe wider. Hands down by your side, palms face up. Close your eyes and try to relax as much of your body as you can. Taking nice, deep, easy breaths here. Allowing all the stretches and work you've done to start to marinate and seep in. Try to allow everything to relax. Your head, including your tongue and your jaw. Feel your shoulders melt into the mat or floor beneath you. And allow yourself to find stillness and peace here. Stay in your Savasana for as long as you find necessary for yourself. But don't skip it. If anything, it's the most important pose of class. We've stretched out your body so that it can lay here and chill. Now's the time for your head to take a moment just to itself to relax. So like I said, find this pose for yourself, stay in it for as long as possible. And once more, my name is Frances, and it was a pleasure to lead you through your practice today. Have a good day, you guys.